So I have here some high-res mesh. So you can see this is really high resolution mesh we have for a rigid body simulation. Now what I have to do, I have to use this pull down it plugin to break this wall. So if I see the wireframe, you can see this is really high res mesh. Now go to ball and put it here, S key, and go to 30 and this S key. So now before breaking this, you have to think about the geometry calculation processing by the pull down it plugin or engine. So you can use any kind of engine for physics simulation. Bullet engine you can use. You can use Mass Effects, physics, and pull down it. So the thing is that you do not use this high resolution mesh for this kind of simulation. So what I have to do, have to make this low resolution, and then I have to transfer this animation in high resolution. So in this workflow, what I have to do, have to save this group with we have proper naming in it. So this group we need to export it as Alembic. So now you can see we don't have any animation in this Alembic. So go to Alembic, export it. And of course, we don't have an animation. That means we have to use this current frame. And always keep in mind that you have to use this UV right and export it and just put it here. This is high res and underscore you can put to get proper naming, and you have the Alembic in your desktop. So now what I have to do, have to select everything you have here and go to your modeling, mesh, and reduce, and reset the settings and hit reduce, and it will reduce all the geometry you have here. Now lots of resolution is decreased, you can see here. So I need more resolution to go away, so select again mesh and reduce. Now see, still we have lots of resolution, so we need to do it again. So in this case I'm going to make it 90 and reduce. Now it is reduced, and you can see we have really low resolution mesh, looking very bad. Now see, this one, it has nothing. So see the wireframe, you can see this is really. So if you have here some pieces have more resolution, so you can select them and you can reduce this. For this workflow I'm making this raise, that's no problem. So because of my high resolution mesh is saved into Alembic cache. So now I need to get the animation here. So select this one, go to this one and create, accept, and you have to click on static and select this one, go here, and this is gonna be dynamic mesh and animated, and close this, and you have to click on this and go to use my grid as a ground and you can use this high solver. So now if I play this, you can see this is happening, but still this is slow, really slow. So this is what you need to, make your cache, make your poly in a very low resolution. So I need to bake the animation. So click on this key and bake all of them. Now, after doing this, you have to use this clean PDI data. Otherwise, you'll have locators in Alembic cache. So you can select delete. Yes, everything is gone now. Only we have baked meshes here. So there is no data. You can see this is very fast, uh, very fast playback speed I'm getting because of we don't have any kind of pull down data into my scene. So now the question is that how am I going to transfer this animation to my main mesh? So first thing you have to select this one, the group, and this is an animated cache. That means we need to use this time slider or start to end. You can specify this thing, and remember to use this UV right and export it. And here this is gonna be low res. So low res and export the selection, and now you can see we have this baking processing behind the dialog box, and you can see we have this. All right, so now just import the cache, but in this case I'm going to import the main cache, means the high resolution one. Import it, and we have this one. So this is high resolution. The main thing is this, that your naming should be same. So you can see high res mesh fragment 463. This naming should be identical. There should not be any kind of changes, otherwise this workflow won't work. So now you can see there is no animation because of this is static geometry and this is high resolution geometry. So how I'm going to import the cache here? So import this, merge, but only merge is not going to work because of the thing is, if I see this low resolution cache I'm going to import, but not I'm going to import this low resolution cache. I'm going to use the animation and put it there. So you have to use this add non-matching content. What is add non-matching content? This is the wireframe is not matching, right? From low to high, the wireframe or the resolution is not matching. The vertex count, the faces, this is not matching. So this is very important to click. Otherwise, your mesh won't be imported. So merge and add non-matching because of we do have a difference between both the meshes, and import it. Now you can see that if I play this, and I can see we have the same animation is here into my high resolution mesh. You can see if I press, and you can see it's very high resolution mesh. So the workflow is that you have to do everything, every simulation process, whatever you want to do into your physics simulation software in a low resolution mesh, and then you have to bring back this animation by using this Alembic cache technique into your high resolution mesh. So this is how your processing of calculating your physics is not going to be very much time taking job. So you can see this is really nice, and we have nice looking uh, animation, and you can see we have all the parameters is hooked into it. So you shouldn't have any kind of mismatch of your namings, and you have to on this merge and add non-matching content from file. Another situation is here in this workflow, that is pivot point issue. So we have here the high-res mesh, and in this case we have only one piece of high-res mesh. Now what I have to do, we have to select this and export it into OBJ file format. Why OBJ in this case? Because of we don't have any kind of animation in it. So we can use OBJ file to get your export done. So go to File, Export, and go to OBJ and export this as OBJ file. So in this case, now I'm going to make this reduce by 90% and reduce it. Again, just reduce it with 90%. So we have this very basic low poly model, and I'm going to animate this and press S key and go to 30 frame, come here, and then in this case minus 100, 1000 I can put here. And you can see we have nice animation here. In this case I'm going to make it 30, so we have 30 frames of animation. Right, so this is my manual animation is there, and I'm going to get the cache. So go to cache, Alembic cache, and export to cache. In this case low res and 1 to 30 UV right is on, and export it. Yes, all right. So now so I need to import this OBJ file. So import, go to OBJ, and in this case we have to use this merge option, import it, and we have this OBJ file has no animation in it, and we have the same name, and go to cache and import cache and low resolution merge none, import it. Now see, my piece is vanished. It's not vanished, it is here, right here. So now you can see the animation is like that. What is happening? Because of, let me show you, file, import, and go to your OBJ, import, and here the problem is with the pivot point. Now see, the pivot point is here. So whenever you're going to use your OBJ, so the pivot point is automatically into 00 space. And if I import the Alembic cache, low resolution Alembic cache, you can see the pivot point is here. So that is why this problem is coming, that every animation is happening based on your pivot point. So if you have a problem with your pivot point, so the animation won't be accepted properly. So in this workflow we have issues with the pivot point, so don't use OBJ anymore. So what I have to use, you can see that if I import this this OBJ, and if I make this big center pivot, and if I go to export to selection into current frame, in this case high-res mesh, and now file, import, and we have high resolution. Now your pivot point is there, but in OBJ your pivot point is here. So always use this Alembic cache, whether you have animation or not. You have to use this Alembic cache, otherwise pivot point problem will be having in your simulation. So this is a nice and good tips that I wanted to share with you, and hope you have liked it. Thanks a lot for watching.